For a sign-on bonus of $8,000, it will be about $2,000 every 4 months that you receive.
Wow, on top of whatever they're making.
Yeah, it's a separate check that goes to your account, or you get a physical check that you get every 4 months.
$2,000.
Yes.
Whoa. Hey, welcome to another episode of The Road to Freedom. In this episode, we're going to be going over what are some opportunities once you get yourself a CDL license. Again, my name is Jonathan, and I'm the founder of Driving Academy. And here at Driving Academy, we have a mission of helping 1 million people get on the road to freedom, right? So what does that whole thing mean? We believe once you get a CDL license, that you are actually one step closer to getting free. CDL is something that's very in demand, and for people who don't know, CDL means commercial driver's license. That gives you access to drive big trucks, small trucks, box trucks, buses, and it's extremely in demand right now, where once you get your CDL license, companies like this over here, which we're going to be interviewing today from Farmland, is actually going to want to hire people just like you because of the demand of the drivers. And once we are done with this interview, you're going to see exactly how much you can actually get paid. So, tell everybody your name and where you're from.
Hi, good morning. My name is Diana Palmera. I'm the recruiter at Farmland Fresh Dairies.
Welcome, Diana. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for inviting us.
Perfect. So, pretty much what we do on this show is I interview people like you or ex-students and kind of go through, okay, the people who are thinking about getting a CDL, people who might have a CDL, what are some different opportunities out there, and if they can truly get free while having a CDL license. So do you think freedom is possible when somebody has a CDL?
Definitely. I think that once your economics are stable and you're able to provide for your family and get what you want out of life through a career such as CDL, freedom is attainable.
Perfect. Now, so let's talk about a little bit about your company, what they do and that kind of stuff.
Sure. So Farmland Fresh Dairies is our brand as a company, but our parent company is called Bartlett Dairy. Bartlett Dairy has been in business for over 30 plus years. It's a family-owned business. It started with the parents and then their sons joining in to develop and grow the company. They started back in Queens, New York, and mainly it was distribution of dairy products. Eventually they ended up partnering with Starbucks coffee shops, and nowadays, to this date, we are the main distributor for them in the tri-state area. We also have our brand, which is Farmland Fresh Dairies, and our main industry is in transportation and distribution of perishables, mainly dairy products and frozen foods.
So if it comes out of a cow, you guys transport it?
Yes. And other animals, because we also have eggs and other products as well.
True. So cows or chickens, these are the guys who are handling your products for you. So you sound like a pretty big company.
It is. I've been with the company since 2009. When I started, we were at about 300 employees. Right now, we have close to 500 employees, and we keep growing. So.
Wow. So you guys are just always expanding?
Yes, always looking to expand. We're actually in the process of possibly starting a distribution site in Queens, New York, close to JFK Airport, which is going to create a lot of job opportunities for people in the local area. And certainly we have a small site in upstate New York, in Rochester. Our largest distribution center is in Newark, here in New Jersey, and then we have our headquarters in Queens, New York.
All right, so pretty much if who's ever watching this, if they're looking for a job, whether it's a warehouse job or whether it's a driving job in the New York, New Jersey area, you guys can pretty much hire them as long as they qualify.
Yes, definitely. We have opportunities in warehousing, transportation, safety. There are some roles that open up from time to time in managerial positions, supervisor positions, dispatch positions. Believe it or not, a good majority of our dispatchers actually were former drivers with a CDL.
Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. So you hire for the whole company, or do you focus on just drivers? What is your role in particular?
Currently, my responsibilities include pretty much every role that may open up within the company, but the majority of my by recruiting, my focus in recruiting is with CDL drivers. So I do support the location in upstate New York as well as Newark. So the main focus usually is for CDL drivers, both tractor trailer and straight truck drivers.
Okay, so for people who don't understand, it's people who have straight trucks or those smaller trucks. That just requires a CDL Class B. Tractor trailer are the bigger trucks, and that requires what we call a CDL Class A. So you hire both CDL Class B or Class A drivers, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Nice. Now, a big company like yours, I'm sure you guys have a whole lot of hiring getting done. How many drivers could you hire today?
Currently, I have 15 positions open for straight truck drivers and another 15 positions for tractor trailer drivers.
So today, if 30 people walked in your door and they were qualified, you can hire them all today?
Yes, I could. That's correct.
That's one company can hire 30 people. What are you thinking about not getting a CDL license, right? So if you're in a job that you hate, maybe you're not in a job right now, maybe you're in a dead-end job and it's not really a career, why not get your CDL? This is one company. They need 30 drivers. New Jersey, New York only, right? So there's a whole bunch more companies out there that are in definite need of drivers. Let's talk about the career itself. Is this a career or is this just a means to an end?
It is definitely a career. I want to say that one of the biggest programs that we have currently is our driver apprentice program, where we will hire drivers who just obtained their CDL and perhaps have no experience whatsoever driving trucks. And we help them develop the career, the skills, the knowledge to perform a route for us and also be safe drivers on the road. And that's a program that lasts for about 6 to 9 months, where they'll be partnered with another driver, one of our experienced drivers. And we've seen the growth and the development of their skills from the moment they come on board, having just the CDL training from a school like yours,
okay,
and a CDL, and then developing actually the confidence to handle a truck in Manhattan, to drive a tractor trailer in Manhattan overnight and finding parking and navigating through the crazy streets with pedestrians and cab drivers and all of that, and being safe while doing so and performing a job, performing deliveries. Perfect. So it's amazing to see the development that they get, and on top of that, once they complete that apprenticeship program, they get an increase in pay. They're promoted to an official driving position with us. From the beginning, even starting as apprentices, they get full-time benefits. They get a pay that would start between $18 to $19 an hour as an apprentice. Nice. And then once they complete the apprenticeship program, their rate could go between $20 to $22, $23 an hour, just the base pay. And then there are incentives, bonuses that they could get weekly, being guaranteed for a certain amount of hours per week, and then the benefits for sure. You know, I know that there are a lot of people out there looking for consistency with pay, stability, being able to have healthcare, being able to have something towards a retirement plan like a 401k or a pension, and those are things that we certainly offer. On top of that, we have a sign-on bonus this year that went up. Wow. So for our tractor trailer drivers, we have a $8,000 sign-on bonus.
That's for the apprentice program as well?
So yes, if you come on board as an apprentice, the apprenticeship time wouldn't count towards your sign-on bonus, but once you become an actual driver with us, the time starts to tick for your sign-on bonus.
Okay. So you're willing to pay somebody $8,000 just for signing up to your company?
Yes.
On top of their normal pay?
On top of their normal pay.
You're not going to take it from their pay?
No.
So it's
an
on top of their
additional bonus
normal
they
pay.
get, yes.
So you're pretty much treating these guys like professional ball players?
They are. That's something that I always tell candidates when I do phone screens or interviews. I congratulate them on getting the CDL because it's the best decision they could have made. And it is a profession. I know for sure that there are possibly CDL drivers out there making more money than maybe a doctor. And to be a CDL driver, you need so much training. You need to keep your certifications on point. You need to be really good at what you do. And that will get you, for sure, a decent income every year. Our drivers, the lowest a driver made last year with us was about $60,000 a year.
That's the lowest, the bottom of the barrel.
Yes.
That's like a new driver.
A new driver.
Okay.
And then our senior drivers are well above $100,000 a year.
Wow, very cool.
Yes.
So to kind of break down exactly what she said, from what I heard, if you're maybe just graduated school, you have a whole bunch of options of where you're going to go to work. There's a lot of over-the-road companies that would definitely pick them up, right? But a lot of people don't want to go over the road because they have a family, they want to stay local.
Yes.
So you provide that opportunity to stay local. They're home every single day. They can stay with the family, right?
Yes.
And one thing with local jobs is because they're usually not as big as these big over-the-road jobs, they usually don't have any kind of training program. So this apprentice program is actually the best of both worlds. You're going to get extra training. You're going to get paid for training, right? Mm-hmm. So it's not like other companies that I've heard of that, okay, you have a CDL license, here's the keys, there's the truck, now go to Brooklyn and back.
Yes.
Good luck coming back. Or good luck keeping your license, because that ain't really a training program. So from you guys, it sounds like you actually train the driver from scratch, and so then they can get more comfortable. And by the time that they're done, they're able to drive a route by themselves in Brooklyn, in New York, or wherever the route is.
Yes, that's correct. There's a lot of support internally from myself because I do follow up with my apprentices to ensure success in their program. And then their managers are also involved in the development, and there's constant follow-up with designated trainers. So obviously there's, I hear a lot about the lack of training in a lot of companies, and I think that we've come a long way by being able to identify key people within our team, experienced drivers that are willing and able to train you and have patience in training you and showing you the ins and outs of being a safe driver and a professional driver. So we will be able to provide that type of environment for you that will allow you to feel like you made the right decision by coming on board.
Nice. So it sounds like this is a company, okay, you had no experience whatsoever, you don't want to go over the road, you want to stay local, but you want some training. This is a great company for you. Say you have some experience, maybe you are over the road now, and maybe you want to stay local, you want to come back to New Jersey, New York area. You guys hire experienced drivers too, right?
We do. For an experienced driver, we require at least 2 years experience driving either straight trucks or tractor trailers. And certainly there's a couple of things that we look at, like your driving record, your ability to pass a criminal background check, drug testing, and things like that. And we do have candidates that come on board certainly with experience, so they wouldn't go through an apprenticeship training of 3 to 9 months, but we will have at least 2 to 3 weeks, sometimes more training period initially.
To get used to the whole culture and everything.
So they can understand what the routes are like and everything.
Nice. Mm-hmm. So whether you're a brand new driver or whether you're an experienced driver, this could be a great opportunity for you. Let's talk about pay. Now you said a new driver, first year, the lowest that they can make is about $60,000, right?
Yes.
So and then on top of that, they also have benefits. Because you guys are a big company, so you guys offer benefits to a lot of your drivers?
Yes, we offer full-time benefits package. It includes medical coverage, a 401k plan or a pension plan, depending on the position that you are offered. We also offer a time off package, vacation days, sick days, paid holidays. Wow. We spoke about the sign-on bonus. There's also life insurance policy and other policies that they can pay for at a minimum cost, discounted rates. We offer, one of the great things that we have with our positions is that our drivers are with a helper on the truck all the time.
Okay.
So they don't have to perform the deliveries by themselves. And one of the things that we advertise when we talk to candidates is, if you want to bring your helper on board, we will hire him or her.
Oh, nice.
So the way it works is, let's say you've been doing this type of work before, you are familiar with deliveries, and you've had...
What she's talking about is because they delivered locally, it's not a trucking job where you kind of go to a warehouse, drop off the trailer, and then come on back. It's more of a trucking job where they'll load up your vehicle for you. You have certain stops to make at different restaurants, like Starbucks, right? Different grocery stores, I'm guessing, too.
Yes, groceries, schools, New York City public schools.
And you actually have to unload the product and bring it to the actual customer itself. So a lot of the distribution companies like that, they actually make the driver do all the driving, all the parking, and actually all the unloading. So a great company like this actually brings a helper on board so you can focus on your driving, and the helper is the majority person who's actually loading and unloading. Is that correct?
Yes. There is a joint effort. Obviously, the driver does support the helper in the delivery, but it's very different when you know that you have to be responsible for everything you just listed on your own versus having someone that will be there to support you through the course of your day. So again, to go back to maybe you have a friend or someone that's in need of a job that you think is going to be a great asset to your team in performing the deliveries for us, they can come interview. We will try to get them on board and pair them up on the route that you're assigned to perform.
Cool. And when we were talking before, you said that you would guarantee a 10-hour workday. Is that correct?
Yes. So on average, our routes are scheduled for either 8 or 10 hours a day. And there are a significant number of drivers, especially those working in the overnight shift, who are able to accomplish these routes in less than the estimated time for 10 hours. And what the company does is they guarantee the 10-hour shift to the drivers. So the driver is not being penalized for coming back to the facility 2 hours prior to the end of their shift. They'll still be guaranteed a 10-hour per day on their pay.
So they're motivated to get their job done quick.
They're motivated to get the job done quick. They won't be penalized, but obviously it has to be done accurately and safely.
Of course, yeah.
Yes.
So when it comes to helpers and, hey, are you going to help out your helper? Think about it. When you have 2 people unloading a load, how much more work will you get done quicker? Which means now you can get home quicker to your family in a nice, safe way, but you also get paid for the entire day, right? So
That's
it kind of
correct.
motivates them to help each other out and get the job done.
Yes, that is correct.
Nice.
And we're like you mentioned before, we're a local company, so our distribution areas include New York City, 5 boroughs, Long Island, most of New Jersey, and some parts in Connecticut.
Okay.
So that's the main area that we cover, and you are home every day for sure.
And that's definitely important for a whole lot of people. So you're gonna have a pretty good starting salary if you have no experience. You're gonna have a full benefits package and any other kind of. So let's talk about the sign-on bonus. So you're willing to pay somebody $8,000. I guess that's spread over a certain amount of time.
Yes.
How does that work?
The sign-on bonus is paid in installments every 4 months that the new hire completes with us. They will receive a lump sum of that bonus. So for a sign-on bonus of $8,000, it will be about $2,000 every 4 months that you receive.
Wow. On top of whatever they're making.
Yeah, it's a separate check that goes to your account, or you get a physical check that you get every 4 months.
$2,000.
Yes.
Whoa. So you just invested some money to get your CDL license. You invested whatever kind of money in your school. Now you're getting a high-paying job where you're making a minimum of $60,000 a year. Now you signed up with a company who's going to be training you, who's going to be making sure that you have benefits, your family's covered, medical, the whole works, right? You have a nice steady income. Now you can afford to live the way that you want to live, and on top of that, this company is actually going to give you $2,000 in a 4-month period. What can you do with $2,000 extra inside your pocket? I mean, this is sounding good. I'm about to apply.
It actually, the way, when you said you just pay for your CDL, if you stay with us, that sign-on bonus, you're basically getting the money back that you invested to get your CDL. Right?
And a whole lot more.
And a whole lot more. We also have a program for, let's say, the helpers that work with us. We sponsor them to get their CDL. So
Wow.
we pay for their CDL after they've been with us for at least a year. Good performance, a good reference from their managers. The company invests in them getting the CDL and then putting them through the apprenticeship program.
Wow.
So we've had some success stories with that.
So
too.
pretty much it sounds like you guys are looking to build your staff from scratch and kind of make sure that they stay with you for a long time.
Yeah, and from within also. I think promotion from within is important because you're giving opportunity to people who have invested time in understanding what we do, what's our purpose, how they can contribute to our objectives, and they're invested in that. So I think the company is willing to invest back on them and being able to develop their career as CDL
And it has that
drivers.
family owner-occupied kind of values behind it, it sounds like.
Yes, it's all about the sponsorship that we get and the thought process behind the owners about making everybody feel like they're part of their family. We don't work with staffing agencies or temporary labor. Everybody that's hired on our company is hired on a full-time status.
Wow. Okay. Very cool. All right. So that's now. Say they've been around for a while. They're starting to pick up the steam. They like the job. How much money can a person make working as a driver for your company?
You mean as like long term?
Yeah. What's like the top pay kind of thing?
So our top pay, because it's per hour, if you're driving a tractor trailer, usually is between $28 to $31 an hour, around there.
And that comes out to how much at the end of the year usually?
It's well over $100,000 a year, and it also has to do with the fact that a good majority of our drivers work some overtime during the week, because if you're working a 5-day work week and your route is 10 hours a day, you're basically doing 40 hours in 4 days. That means your 5th day goes into overtime automatically.
Wow. And that's time and a half?
Yes, it is time and a half after 40 hours.
Okay. So work Monday through Friday, get paid time and a half for Friday. That's a pretty good deal.
Actually, we do work weekends.
Weekends, okay, good.
So that's one of the things that, as a driver, you will need to be kind of open-minded about, because we are a 7-day operation. So
Understood.
in order to meet the needs of our customers, we need to have staff that is flexible with being able to work on days that are usually not the norm, like weekends, holidays.
They get paid pretty well for it.
But they do get, the compensation is pretty.
Now, when you do hire on a driver, is it like a steady schedule, or does it change around a lot?
Initially, for the first 2 to 3 weeks, it might fluctuate a little, because you will be sent on different routes that will allow you to see a little bit of everything that we do. But once we pair you up with your mentor, you will have a steady schedule where you'll know what your days off are going to be. And once you get your own route, for sure you'll have a set schedule. You'll get to know your customers, because that is one of the main things about customer service experience. We want our customers to become familiar with you and the way you work and your professionalism as a driver with us. So if they become familiar with you, I'm sure we've been able to prove that the customer will work better with you once they see you every day. Yeah. So being able to keep you on a dedicated route is usually our goal.
Perfect. So and then you know exactly what you're going to get yourself into. You can plan out your whole life around it, and everything is pretty much consistent.
Yes.
Nice. So now let's go into a success story, a rags to riches story. Do you have any of those that pop into your head?
Yes. I always talk about this employee because when I met him at a job fair, and he had just gotten the CDL. And I spoke to him about our apprenticeship program. This happened well over a year ago. At the time, he was applying with NJ Transit to become a bus driver, and through them they have to pass a lot of tests that it's required for them to pass them in order for them to start with the company. So he was very excited about that job, and he was just like searching around and seeing what else was out there. He took my information, and like maybe 4 months later, I received a call from him, and he said that he had not been able to pass the test with NJ Transit, and he was looking for work. And he felt that what I had presented to him during the job fair might be like a good possibility for him, because he was not able to find a job, being that he didn't have experience. So I brought him in to interview with the managers. He got hired as a driver apprentice. He had a Class A, so he wanted to drive tractor trailers.
Nice.
And he completed his apprenticeship program with us that lasted for about 6 months. He got promoted to being a driver. And in our company, we have something called a driver performance metric. So the drivers are basically scored based on the performance that they have on a weekly basis. And
what are some things to score them on?
They're scored on accuracy with the delivery, safety while delivering the product. In other words, not being involved in accidents. Being able to help us keep what is called cold chain, which is the temperatures for the product. So making sure that the product is in temperatures that are compliant with what we need to present, to deliver to the customers.
Hot milk is no good.
Definitely. So that's important. Their ability to come to work on time so that we don't have delays with routing and anything like that. So there's different categories that they're being scored on, which is basically what your job description as a driver with us entails.
Correct.
It's nothing additional.
Just doing your job.
Just doing your job. And you do get a bonus every week for that. It's about $200 that you get as a driver in addition to your base pay.
So just for doing your job and doing your job right, you're going to pay them an extra $200.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
They do get that bonus.
So a lot of money in this company.
So the driver apprentice, once he became a truck driver, he started to move up in those ranks, and he was always an AA plus in the metrics, and he is to this day an AA plus in the metric. And I see him as a success story because when I first met him, he really didn't know what to do with the CDL. He wanted to be a bus driver. Things didn't work out for him. We gave him the opportunity to come on board, and now this is his profession. Not only that, but because of how good he is on the job, he's one of our trainers. He is bilingual, so he's able to train employees who may come on board that are not fluent in English and explain to them really what are the ins and outs of the job, and that is a plus to us as well. So he's become such a great asset to our company.
And now is he making more money than he ever has in his life?
Yes, his salary doubled up. I think he told me he had been unemployed for like a year and he was working in a warehouse facility prior to that. Wow. So his salary definitely more than doubled up.
So his life completely changed over.
It has changed.
Just what, 1 year you said?
Yeah, he's been with us maybe a year and a half or so. So now he is actually a route driver for us.
That's interesting. So maybe you guys can relate with a story like that. Maybe you guys are in a situation where you're working in a warehouse, or maybe you're driving Uber, or you're in a situation that you don't want to be in. And this year, you want to do something new. In 1 year's time, your whole life can actually change, right? So you don't have to go to 4 years of college. You don't have to waste a whole bunch of time. It's all about training, getting your CDL license, investing into yourself. That's the best investment that you can always make, because you're always going to make that money back. No one can take it away from you. And in 1 year's time, you can be in a company like this where you're making a whole lot more money than you ever made before in your life. And this is something that he didn't even have planned. He wanted to be a school bus driver or a bus driver, and then all of a sudden, life changed directions on him. He was open to different opportunities. And now he found a company that I'm guessing he's going to stay with for a long time.
Yes. And I see that he's happy at what he does. He's passionate about the bigger picture and the objective of the company. And this, in 2018, he actually referred 2 drivers to us. And we also have a referral bonus for drivers.
Really?
So if you become an employee with us and you refer a driver, a CDL driver to us, we pay you $500 for every driver you get us.
All right, so let's break it down. I'm going to make a minimum of $60,000 a year. You're going to pay me $200 a week just for doing my job. You're going to pay me $8,000 just for signing on with you and doing my job.
Yeah.
If I find you another driver, you're going to pay me $500. Plus, you're going to take care of my family with medical benefits, dental, paid time off, just like a normal corporate job. And I get to be home every single day.
You do.
And you'll hire me right out of school.
Yes.
And I'm not going to be stuck at some kind of pay. My pay is always going to increase over time as long as I'm staying with the company.
You do get increments because we are a unionized company, so it is a guaranteed increment every year.
Wow. Well, what more can you guys say? If you guys have a CDL Class A, CDL Class B, you want to make some money, you want to stay local, you have experience, you don't have experience, this might be a perfect company for you guys. So, tell everybody how they can get in contact with you. And as she's saying it, everything's going to pop up on the screen here. And below the video, you're also going to have her contact information as well.
So, in order to get a hold of us, there's different ways you could do so. You could visit our website at www.farmlandmilk.com and visit our careers page. You'll be able to see all the positions that we have available, including the driver apprentice position. And you can also reach me, Diana, the recruiter, at 973-961-2500, extension 330. I'll be able to answer any questions you may have. You can check us out on our Facebook page or our Twitter page and send any inquiries through there as well. And we'll be able to respond to any questions you may have about our CDL driving positions.
Nice. And make sure if you guys, when you guys do contact her, make sure you mention that you saw this video on YouTube, just so and then they see how much we're helping you guys out and where you guys are actually coming from. Because if they know that you're following our video and our content, they know that you're above average driver. All right, which means you might get an N. I'm going to talk to her after, and then we're going to see what we can do for you guys. All right, cool. So it sounds like a good company to me. We vetted them for you. You found out a whole bunch of information already on the company just by watching this video. If you want more, definitely you want to contact them. So what are you waiting for? It's time to get your CDL. It's time to change your life today. And just like you heard, this is just one person. In 1 year, he just completely changed his life. He's living the life that he's always wanted to live. He's supporting his family. He's supporting himself. So the way that we end all these videos is, I want you to look into the camera and I want you to say, Driving Academy will help you get on your road to freedom.
Driving Academy will help you get your road to freedom.
All right, very good. Thank you for coming in. And if you guys do have any questions, make sure you contact her. The information is on the bottom again, and we'll be here to help you out as well. If you have any questions about getting a CDL, what the process is like, you want to give us a call. We're located in Linden, New Jersey, 908-525-3609. Have a blessed day, and hopefully we make you part of the 1 million people that we're going to be helping get on the road to freedom. Thanks. Have a great day.